last year I took possibly the biggest risk of my career by taking a step back from racing and taking time out to look after myself so that I could come back actually able to perform. And so then this race was it was crunch time. Now I had to perform, and now everything had gone well. Like my training had been a bit up and down with like illness and things, but like in every other aspect I was ready and I was so much better than I was last year. So yeah, this race was about making a start. So I'm currently out track walking. We've got some fresh cut trail here. Looks primo. Did a lot of research on figuring out which tracks to ride by watching head cams, checking out the map, and this one was not a marked trail, so I wanted to check out the fresh stuff. And then I'm quite out of breath because it's quite steep. And then also had a look at stage 1, which looks pretty technical, so I'm going to walk stage 6 in stage 1. Also the longest trails, so good to have an eye on because those are the ones where the least mistakes will make the biggest impact. So yeah, and oh my god, the tracks look so sick. I'm totally buzzing on this place. Medina, you're nailing it.
In enduro we only get one run of practice, so I like to walk the track so I know roughly what's coming. It means come practice day I can hit the trails roughly at race pace and commit to lines and make calls as I go along. Stopping on track and trying to see which line to take can be very time consuming, and I personally find it quite stressful when there's a lot of other riders around. Knowing roughly where I'm going, I can commit to a line and make a call as I go. It also means that I can nearly do full runs, which allows me to get a feel for the stage as a whole, which I've found across my career to be very effective and helpful. It doesn't mean I always get it right though, even though I know roughly where I'm going. I still make mistakes. At the end of the day, I just absolutely love riding my bike, and I've found over the years that when I had to stop a lot in practice, I would get quite frustrated. So by doing the walking early in the week, it means that I can get a good chunk of riding in, get the feel of the trails, and just have a blimmin' good time.
So we're out here, just having a spin on the road after doing practice, which went amazingly well. I definitely got pretty loose. Took some chances, somehow got away with it. And yeah, it feels good to be pushing like that again. Last year, because of being so stressed and just broken, I had no ability to take risks because I was in survival mode, and it was like I couldn't trust myself, I couldn't trust the bike, I couldn't trust anything because I was just like, I'm just going to die if something goes wrong. So it feels nice to just be taking risks and be at one with the bike and at one with myself and trust myself that I can do this. So yeah, bloody good day of practice.
And it's been a while since you've seen Katy win. How do you feel about the Medina race today?
Oh, I'm buzzed to ride out there today. These trails are amazing, the vibe is sick, and yeah, it's just going to be a real good time.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Katy Winton, this is your top 10 elite women.
I'm really satisfied with where I'm at, from where I've started, because I know where I need to improve, and I'm riding well, and I'm pushing pace. Whereas last year I couldn't access any of that. So yeah, I'm really happy to have made the improvements in the areas that I needed to, and now I can build on that.
The next day we were off. We took the longer, more scenic route to take in some of the sights along the east coast. We made sure to sample some of the seafood and check out this blowhole. Derby is another awesome riding spot in Tasmania. We've raced there in 2017 and in 2019. For me in 2019, I had a bit of a tussle with a rock, shredding my shin and knocking myself out of the race. Not great memories because after that I was concussed for quite a while. but I was ready for some redemption. On arrival, we got to meet some of the locals. And just like that, it was into track walk. The heavens had opened, it was going to be a very wet race, and practice was a cold, soaking wet affair. On practice day I wasn't feeling particularly great about the race. I knew that this was going to be a tough physical race, and struggling fitness wise the week before, I wasn't certain that I was going to have a good time. With the wetness, it meant that the rolling speed was a lot slower, so we were going to have to put in a lot more effort than was already required to go fast here. The trails are so much fun and a great time to ride, but when you're racing them, they really require max physical capacity. For this race, I opted for lighter tyres, going for the Cryptotal front and rear but in enduro casing. With the big hits only being big round boulder rocks, the risk of puncturing was very low, and there was mega gains to be made by using fast rolling tyres.
Today went way better than expected. I started in Group B, which is outside the top 15, and then my goal was to get back into the top 15 because they reseed after stage 3, and I did that, so I was stoked. But I really didn't feel good. Like, I thought I was having a terrible day, and I was like, oh no, it's not happening. And that was a massive morale boost. And then I just kept doing what I was doing. Possibly the most nervous I've been at a race ever. Just like trying to figure it out again and back myself and grow in confidence and show myself I can do it, and then just brought it home safely. And so this is like the progress I was looking for. It's just come a lot sooner than I was expecting. So it's amazing to share it with the team. They really supported me coming back, and yeah, just been like cheering me on and keeping me right, and yeah, just so stoked to share a good result with them.
So just like that, we're here in Italy, ready for round 3.
First things first, get there.
Get ready, the race didn't go so well. I'm going to take you through the recovery process.